Find out from Catherine Gray how to start a business and discover what life is like in Felipe Carrillo, Puerto, Mexico, in this video interview with expats in Mexico.
Yes, so we are in the Yucatan Peninsula in the state of Quintana Roo, and the highway that goes through Tulum goes right through our town. So it's an hour drive on the highway to get to our town. And so the highway goes inland a bit. So to the east of us is the Bio Reserve. So in order to get to the ocean, you either have to go up to Tulum or down to Mahawal. And it's an hour either way. And we're about 3.5 hours from Mérida and about 2 hours from Belize.
And how large is the city?
That's such a good question. The last time they actually did a real count was in 2010. So the numbers are really off. I think that with the town and all the Maya communities, it's probably between 50,000 and 60,000 now.
Oh, it's a good sized place. So there's shopping and...
Well, not really, but we have grocery stores now.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But you're an hour from Tulum on a decent highway, right?
Exactly. So when we get the urge, we can go to a big store.
Well, tell us about your business. What's the name of your business?
So the name of the business is Nautique.
And how do you spell that?
It's N-A''ATIK.
That sounds like a local language.
It is. It's Maya.
And what does it mean?
So To'ol Nautique means we're understanding each other.
Oh, that's a cool name. Thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of our daily effort to understand each other.
and how long have you been in business?
Well, I was working at the local university in town, and I'd been there for 10 years. I started the school, we rented a house. First, I started teaching just in a random room in a basement of a friend, and then in the back porch of another friend, and then rented a house, and then had to hire a teacher, and then had to hire another teacher, and then finally had to quit my university job, which people thought I was crazy because it was tenured. So I probably started it around 2008 and registered officially in 2010.
When you say registered officially, what do you mean? You filed your papers of incorporation?
Yes. Yeah, because I was just giving classes. I mean, I didn't really know what was going to happen.
And so you and your husband have this. You're incorporated in Mexico. So you're like an S corporation.
We're an Sociedad Civil. So that's for education, museums, libraries. It's for services. We can't sell things. That's the kind of, yeah.
And did you use an abogado to file all your papers for you?
Absolutely. We had to go to Chetumal, many trips. And then I wanted to start a nonprofit for donations. So we also have a nonprofit that's based out of the U.S. And so that's called Nautique Project. So people donate to that, and it helps to fund our local English program.
And how do they get to that? I assume you have a website that they can make the donations.
Yeah.
Yes. What is it?
So it's Nautique Mexico. So NAATIK Mexico.org.
Oh, cool. And then they can make donations that'll help keep your business going.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's tax deductible if they're based in the U.S.
Well, how many students do you have at the school?
Right now, English students, around 200.
Oh, that's great. Are they mostly from the local area?
They are all from the local area. Yeah.
And what about the age ranges?
We accept at the age of 4, and it goes all the way up to adults.
Do these kids have like paid tuition or scholarships or anything like that from the government?
Oh my gosh, no. So there's no assistance from the government. Here in Quintana Roo, the irony is that we're in one of the most touristy areas of the country, and the public school English programs are horrible still, and they haven't started the primary schools yet. So kids come here and they pay all the donations We're a social enterprise also. So when people come to study Maya, we also have Maya in Spanish for foreigners. So 10% of what they pay also goes back to the nonprofit, which subsidizes the local English classes. So if for regular students, they pay a monthly fee, but it's very highly subsidized. They pay 400 pesos a month for their English classes. But if some kids really can't afford, we're in 70% poverty here. So a lot of kids can't afford it. So then we can offer a scholarship. So right now we have 26 students on scholarships. And for example, just today, a student had to drop out for financial problems, and we have an emergency scholarship fund for short term. So we really don't want kids to have to stop coming because of financial issues. And so far, it's really been amazing.
Do a lot of these kids go on to college?
Well, it's like for me, the fact, so how long have we been in business? About 8-9 years. We're seeing kids go off to college first in their families, and they're going to good schools, and they're studying. They're going to the state university and studying like medicine and law and international relations. And so, of course, for me, I'm just like, oh, because they wouldn't have gotten in without English.
Do you own a home there, or do you rent?
We own a home, yes,
and
little house.
When did you buy your home?
We bought our home, I would say, in maybe 2003 or 2004, before we had kids.
Where is it located, and what's it look like, and how many bedrooms, and all those things?
It's 2 blocks from the school, which is fabulous.
What a commute.
It's amazing. My kids can just come by whenever they need anything, and I get to go for lunch. It's small. It's kind of an open living room, kitchen. We built the kitchen on, which was fun. 2 bedrooms for the 4 of us, 1 bathroom, and a back palapa, and a small yard for our 3 crazy dogs.
Wow, so it's right in the middle of the jungle there.
Well, not really. I mean, it's in town.
Oh, okay. But you're surrounded by jungle.
Yeah. We're but you know, it's the neighborhood's growing, so we've got good neighbors.
How many expats live in that area?
Not counting the school staff. Oh my gosh. One full-time that I know about.
So it's not a hot spot for expats.
It is not, but it's a hot spot to learn Spanish or Maya. That's the good thing. keep it immersive. So, yeah.
Well, you know, since Tulum is only an hour away on, I assume, a fairly decent 2-lane highway, that's quite a few expats in the Tulum area.
Absolutely. Lots.
So do you and your husband get to Tulum often to go to dinner and shop and do things like that?
We get a lot. We've been going actually down to Mahawal more than up to Tulum. But we definitely get up to Tulum. And I have one of my most favorite hotels that also helps sponsor the school. They're in Tulum. And my girlfriends come down and we spend time on the beach. So we'll go up for the day, hang out at the beach. Probably not as much as we would like to. But yeah, we definitely get up there. Going to Tulum is kind of like going on vacation because we feel like we're leaving Mexico because there's so many foreigners.
Yeah, that's a major tourist area, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And a rapidly growing expat area.
Yeah. It's beautiful and it's different. And we get to get food that we can't find here. And we literally feel like we're on vacation and we've, complete break.
What's your Spanish fluency now?
I like to say it's fluent. Every day I still learn something new.
Well, we all do. I'm still learning English.
Exactly. No, but I'm good. I feel good with I can write. I just finished a novel in Spanish. And so I feel much better now. Obviously, every year it's better and better.
It's an area for more adventurous expats.
Absolutely.
Those expats that want something off the beaten track. And
yes.
Because it's the biosphere area, those people who are really interested in ecological issues and 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 of course you've got some wonderful Maya historical sites in the area too. How far are you away from them?
Oh my gosh, there are ruins everywhere, and they keep discovering new ones. So if somebody wants to come see ruins, literally there are ruins close to the north, there are ruins close to the south. They're just here in town. The Maya, it's still very, very Maya here in town. So it's not far to really see the ruins, ancient Maya and modern Maya. We're pretty much in it.
What are some of the advantages you think of actually living there?
Oh, there's so many. Even though it is quite large as far as population goes, everyone is connected. Like, I really don't think there's more 3 degrees of separation from anybody in town. And so there's kind of this comfort that, oh yeah, that's my husband's 4th cousin's wife, but there's kind of that connection, and my kids, can still ride their bikes to school and back, and I don't have to worry about them. There's still that family. Family is still so important here. And for me, we grew up and we're like, yeah, mom and dad. I mean, it wasn't, we were tight, but it's not the same. Here it's really true blue. And whenever kind of a crisis hits, amazing how the family comes together. And, just the people are kind. And I can walk anywhere I want or bike anywhere. Even though we do have a car and drive, it's just kind of a slower mentality. And, having kids, there wasn't the freak out of having a child. It was just like, that's amazing. And it was a real positive thing. So there are a lot of, the kids are cool. They're so excited to learn. They haven't lost that yet. So for me, those are kind of the real positives of being here.
Mm-hmm. Is there a hospital in town that?
There is. It's not the best, but there is. And so if there really is an emergency, they have ambulances that can take people either up to Playa or down to the capital. But their hospital does exist, and it has impressed me with so few resources what they can do.
Mm-hmm. And you said most of your shopping you have to do out of town and Tulum or other areas, yeah.
Kind of. I mean, we do, for what we need on a daily basis, we get here.
I'm assuming the cost of living is pretty darn reasonable there.
It's very cheap.
Yeah. What would if someone wanted to move there and get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a couple of bathrooms? How much do you think it would cost to buy, and how much would it cost to rent, just kind of off the top of your head?
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Probably to buy, I would say 40 to 50,000 US for that's a pretty big house, for like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a little yard. Mm-hmm. To rent, my goodness, how much would someone want for that? That size of a house could probably go for maybe 600 or 700 US a month.
Which is still obviously very reasonable, coming particularly from metropolitan areas in Canada or the US or the UK or any other place.
Oh, absolutely. And then probably cheaper. I mean, if people have a house that large, most people couldn't pay $700 or $800 a month. So people would probably drop it down.
Mm-hmm. What about electricity? Is it pretty expensive there? Because you're in the jungle, and I'm assuming that it's a tad warm, particularly during the summer.
It is hot, and electricity is pricey. It's expensive. We have air conditioner in our bedroom, in our living room for the whole open space, but rarely use it because it's very expensive. I mean, in relation to income. Compared to the U.S., it probably isn't, but in compared to income, it's very high. Mm-hmm. Just 2 days ago at the school, we just put on solar.
Oh, that's so smart.
So excited. Just literally 2 days ago, and we're still working to get it connected to the grid. We're the first in town.
There's a major push in Mexico to install a lot of solar all throughout the country.
Yeah, we're the first here, and I'm thrilled because we have a lot of air conditioners for all our classrooms.
Yeah, I would assume that's going to really cut your costs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about where do you shop for your groceries?
We have two grocery stores in town now, and we have markets, fruit markets.
Which I'm assuming are wonderful.
They're amazing. You know, we can get fresh eggs and, like real eggs and amazing fruit. And the grocery store, it's usually just for non-fresh things. The butcher lives right down the street, and they'll be like, we killed a bull today. We killed the bull, so you got to go get the meat because they killed the bull. And so, all that kind of thing. And the chicken lady, so that's how we get our groceries.
The word spreads quickly.
It does. And then, we're like, oh no, they killed the bull. It's already 10. I'm sure it's gone. So you have to get there early.
Do you have a decent cell phone service there?
We do.
And what about television and radio and things like that?
Yeah. So, we have a smart TV, so we get Netflix. Mm-hmm. Internet's good, thank God. They just got fiber optics in town just this year.
That's better than a lot of places in the U.S.
I know. Our connection's quite good today.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so, they have cable, and that's pretty standard for, cable and satellite TV if people want it.
Yeah. Tell me what the top three things are of why you love living there.
The people, the food, and the wonderful place to raise kids.
What's your favorite food?
Tacos, of course. Enchilada, tacos. Oh, so all the tacos. I can't even start naming.
And I'll bet the whole family can go out for about $20.
Oh my gosh, no. We can all go out to dinner for $8.
You better be careful. There are going to be a lot of people moving down to that area. Catherine, thank you so much for your time today. It's just delightful talking to you.
Oh, this is wonderful. Thanks for having me. This is really great.
You're welcome.